So these are Fixit Sticks bubble levels. One is a magnetic bubble level, which would stick to the top of rings, which is actually really nice. So there's a couple different ways to do scope leveling. This is honestly the easiest way with a Badger Ordnance dead level. But if you didn't have a Badger Ordnance dead level, you would level your firearm in a vise, and because you want the rail on your firearm and you want your firearm leveled, you would put a Picatinny mounted, let's say we were just zeroing a gun, you would put a Picatinny bubble level on your rail. And then your scope rings, you'd also want to make sure that they're level.
Exactly.
And then you can also put this on top of the turrets. So you basically want your if you don't have one of these dead levels, you would have to make sure that your Picatinny rail on your rifle, so that the rifle or weapon system was level. And then you have a this magnetic level to check your level on your turrets and your rings. So there's that as well. And that seems like a much more affordable option than buying. These are expensive. I don't even remember how much they were.
They're over 100, I believe.
Yeah. So
these are 50.
50. So if you do have a really nice tipped-in gun vise and you have a leveled surface at the house, this is a much more affordable and viable option than buying this. These are, I think these are like $149 or something like that. Now, I do. If you're not going to be doing this often and you want to deal with leveling a rifle, this is much more affordable. If you have a lot of guns and you're rotating through a lot of platforms, the Badger Ordnance dead level is definitely an investment because time is money at the end of the day. So for someone like myself that's shooting multiple different guns, constantly getting new weapon systems and platforms for us to test for work, pick your poison. But those are really nice. They're really well manufactured as well. I like that.
Thank you, yeah. They're lightweight, very simple, small, comes in a small little rubber insert. This is also part of our long-range precision rifle kit.
Cool.
So if you were to purchase that, you would get these in that kit.
Awesome. I'm gonna have to get one for my long-range precision rifle because I have one of the OG ones with like the normal limiter that has all the torque specs.
Yeah, the all-in-one.
And I do like that. I like having a little bit of over travel too.
The all-in-one limiters are a little bit better on, I guess, affordability for somebody that doesn't want to go with just dedication on something. They want to be able to kind of hit an in-between number. So if you want a 40-inch pound, you can go in between that 30 and 50 basically, or the 45. So it gives a little bit of versatility and stretch for your non-professional gunsmith, non-professional shooter, just the home person that wants to be able to work on their weapons platforms.
And that's perfect, having that range and that opportunity for range. And it worked. Of course, I'm leaning on the table. That's not your fault.
Keep my hand
That's
off.
my fault. I was leaning on the corner. No, and it worked. I mean, I've had it for 4 years now, 5 years now. 4 years. So I've used it quite a bit. It lives in a little molly pouch inside my long gun bag for when I shoot matches, and I love it. So yeah, we are going to mount this glass here, but when we mount the scope, that's what we did. We brought the tipped-in gun vise so that we can mount the scope. Because we're going to show you
Yet another.
Actually, no, we should do this at the gate, not on this, huh? Oh, no. No, we're using this. We're not even using this right now. All right.
We're going to do this right on the rifle.
We're going to do it right on the rifle. So let's set that up.
Do we know what the torque specs are going to be on this one? They only use 2 torque specs, 25 inch-pounds and 15.
Okay.
So let's change our torque limiters. 25. Nope. You're good.
All right, so this one that we're working on right now, this is a CZ457. This is in the 17 HMR platform. This was a custom-built squirrel gun that CZ did for me. It's got a threaded barrel from the factory with the CZ22 LR can. and I wanted something super lightweight, a bush gun. I can shoot a coyote in the face with it. I can hunt squirrels. And a buddy of mine out in Wyoming, hunting buddy of mine, he said really good things about this primary arms 1-4 by 24 little glass. I forgot the model. It says it's a PA114X, but I mean, that could just be whatever. So it's just an illuminated crosshair. I think it's, yep. So it's a second focal plane.
No parallax.
No parallax. That's illuminator, and just a little red dot. So they're only like 124 bucks, but he says it's great. He's got one on his 17
Good
HMR.
standard reticle. Nice eye relief is really good.
Yeah, it's got a lot of range to it.
I mean, I'm perfect right there at this far back from it. So, yeah.
So awkward shooting position, shooting squirrels, and it's not really heavy of a glass on a very lightweight gun. You know, I'm gonna put a simple sling on this, and this is going to be the go-to longer range squirrel gun. I took a 457-22 match with a 5-25 and yeah, I took that squirrel hunting in Kentucky and lugged that around for 5 days. That was silly. So this is kind of like the New Hampshire backwoods, zap them from distance.
So these are the worn rings that you're going to use for these.
Yeah, so these are the worn rings. They have 2 screws at the bottom. They're a split ring. So 2 screws at the top, 2 screws at the bottom, and they have a sheet metal. Now I know who made those Sig Sauer rings that I threw in the trash. Worn. Same cut sheet metal recoil lug.
Oh, really? I have a lot of worn stuff though.
Worn's not bad, but
Yeah.
the 30 mil rings that I got from Sig, the cast ones, they would not sit on the rail flush. They were like canted. So
I use their quick detach rings on most of my hunting rifles, so just in case something ever goes wrong, spin it, pop the scope off, and go back to irons.
now Warren makes some great stuff. I just didn't like the Sig rings.
So T15 is what it calls for, and 25-inch pounds. So if you want, I can open this up for you.
Sure.
While we do that. That's the only problem with Warren is they have so many screws also.
So many screws. So we're gonna open these up completely. We're gonna drop them on the rail. We're gonna get them just finger tight. We're gonna put the glass on it so it's still finger tight. The glass will have play, and we'll mess with the eye relief for these. So we're just gonna mess with the eye relief on it. Not okay. Yeah, I just didn't know if you wanted to put that in video.
Oh yeah,
I can keep my hand up higher.
that up.
Yeah. So hopefully these are high enough because I'm gonna have to hang the
So on this one here.
the bell housing. So once we get these on the rifle,
Nope. Vertically.
oh,
Notching
Oh.
on top.
I'm special.
I always have to try 3 different ways when I'm doing these.
This is silly to me.
Yeah, it's best to actually just put these rings on, get them semi-tight, or at least so that the recoil lug won't fall out. Do you want the other Allen key? Or
Oh,
actually,
okay, I'm just setting them up.
I'm pretty much open on this now.
So we're just gonna get these set up so the recoil lug's not falling out. When you tell them not to yell, still yell somehow.
You ever feel like Willy Wonka?
I wish I owned a chocolate factory. I would be very out of shape, more than I already am. Now there's some really cavernous voids under this parking lot that can fit a lot of. Am I allowed to say that on camera, Jorge?
Cavernous.
No, hide body.
I don't know, is that a keyword?
The algorithm.
So anyway, we're just gonna, come on, find your hole.
Are you too good for your hole?
I've never really messed with these split rings before.
They are trickier. Normally, you know, having scopes with capped rings, kind of like what we worked on the last mount, would be a little bit more easy to work with and everything.
So we're gonna have to loosen up bases and
Let's see if we can slide that on first.
let's make sure I rotate it correctly. Loosen up a little bit here.
I hope we have enough height to use that.
Oh, we've got plenty of height.
But I don't know if we have enough height for this.
Oh.
That's the yeah, we'll just have to talk about it.
All right, so we're gonna have to mount this the old-fashioned way.
Here we go. We can't even use the base to level it then. All
Could we
right.
demonstrate it on the SIG? Just since it's a big, long Picatinny rail, maybe?
No.
No.
No, because we're never gonna get this gun level because it doesn't have. I don't have the shim kit for this part to make it perfect, and it's on this table and the weight.
Problem is with this, we needed a 1/4 inch.
Oh,
So-
1/4 inch. So it would have to
Yeah.
be much higher.
It would probably have, that's a low.
It
so
would
we
be good if it was a
need
193 or something like that. And I did bring my 193 high to show. Anyway, we can talk about it.
Sure.
So we were gonna see if this was high enough. Actually, if it sits on the rings, you can at least show it off.
So what we offer here is something called our scope jack. So the scope jack is something that would mount onto a Picatinny rail. And if we had the height, it would go right underneath, in that case there. Come on. It never works exactly how you want it to.
No rush.
There we go. So you would lock that down. And then if this was underneath the turret, which would have to be a little further forwards, what we would do then is you place the handle onto the end of that there, and this would jack up, thus making it level perfectly side to side. And then you would be able to release that and everything.
Cool.
And that would level your scope so you don't have to use that level kit to figure out, you know, trying to put something on top like that there.
To get it.
We're pretty close.
So we're not gonna be able to demonstrate the scope
Can you
jack.
do the jack thing right there, real quick? Without the optics, that way we can see it.
Yep.
Give
So
me a
that would-
second. So, okay, go for it.
And so the bottom of the turret sits right here, and it just rolls into it, levels it out under tension.
And it doesn't have to go all the way up. I mean, we needed a 1/4 inch to utilize this basically. So if you're using mid-mount rings and just go up to there.
It just needs to touch it.
Exactly.
Touch it in place, and then you put your tension on the bases of your, and it would probably work better not with a split ring either.
Right.
If it was a normal classic style, ring,
Top mount.
yeah, because you're just trying to torque, right here and tighten them down. And once those are fully tight and the rings are loose on top, and you jack that, it levels it out, and then you can start doing your crossbolt pattern.
Yeah, just make sure your eye relief is set where
Yeah.
you normally need it.
So,
So
cool.
unfortunately, we didn't do it with this one. You do have a level though on the back of this here, so you can actually get side to side.
Yeah, it's got a little, so yeah, this is the Area 419 rail adapter, 15, I think it's a 15 MOA rail adapter for the 457. But it's cool, and I like Area 419 stuff. And you know what's cool about the scope jack? I think Scalar Works, their newer glass mount that they have, which is a cantilever, actually has a patented screw. It's a big flat pancake screw, and you just put it up to the bottom of
The turret.
the turret. And that's it.
Oh, and that's, yeah, so it's automatically.
It's built into it, yeah.
That's
So
interesting.
It's a cool little setup, but we will
Go back to the old tried and true method.
go back to this. So now you're gonna spend the next 10 minutes leveling it out. But shitty thing is that I didn't figure out my eye relief yet. That's okay. Let me measure how far apart. So luckily these are high enough.
Careful because you're kind of sideways.
Yeah. Luckily these are high enough so I can get there. That's about Yeah, that's about where I want. Let's go! Alright, so. As long as it's close-ish. So.
It's that good enough setting.
No crashes there either, I don't think. Alright, so it's that good enough. I think I was fairly forward on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was like right there. So that'll be good enough. Alright, so we're gonna level this. Oh my god, it's almost there too.
We'll touch the table.
And I'm not gonna be super anal about this one because it's going on a 100-yard squirrel gun. So if the crosshairs are slightly canted, it's gonna be okay. So yeah, we can. This is the fun one because it's like you got to get it tight enough on the base.
But that it'll still rotate so you can get it level.
So how's this gonna go about mounting on the scope, on the gun? I'm gonna have to loosen the top of it. Did I just fuck myself?
I think. Because if we loosen this, we're gonna lose all that level that we're doing.
Fuck, so we do have to do it the old-fashioned way now. Sorry, Jorge.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not even paying. Sorry. Technical.
I mean, it's not the end of the world, but
I'm like,
I mean, again, we can get it close. I don't know.
Good.
Almost. Let me get a couple more in the front too. I think that might help.
Square on.
Good enough. I'm happy.
Close enough.
All right, camera speeding. All right.
Do you want to go one back, or are you happy where it is?
I like it right here
Okay.
because it's usually
Right in line with the comb. Okay.
yeah. That looks good. And then the last one we would do is this guy. We'll get it tight first.
Yeah, snug it up a little bit so it doesn't rotate. You could probably torque the base, I would assume, almost to spec.
Yeah. That's probably what keeps the correct air gap at the base.
Well, yeah, because it's clamping against the pick rail.
Luckily, we have a mallet.
You can make sure you can see how the turn will be.
No turn. But we can loosen the top. Ah.
Okay, it's enough.
It'll do.
It'll do.
Of course, this is not perfectly level.
What if you took the cap off? Is the turret level? Level enough.
Good enough.
If it was magnetic, you can use this one here.
I'm gonna have to stand up. Where's my mallet? Oh, no, wrong way. Honestly, I kind of like the tension that it's in right now.
Right. Oh, it's forgiving enough, but it's still moving, so.
All right, so. Man, the first one went so well. All right, so are we still gonna do a cross bolt pattern, or are we gonna just snug, 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 snug?
I would snug them up first, and then I would do the cross bolt. Might as well keep to principles that work.
A lot more travel than I thought it was gonna go.
And it's not torquing, so. Because those screws are going to be recessed. That's the nice thing.
Right. Let's just hope nothing moves.
You're snug enough on the rear now, I don't think anything would move.
At this point, it's a squirrel gun. And it's 17 HMR. Only thing that is kind of a little wonky is how high this rail is. It's the shortest rail you can get for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then these are like the lows, I think.
Yeah, so you're adding a lot of height for an odd reason. It's not built into your scope base. Is there any MOA built into the rail?
15.
So that's why.
So check, make sure nothing moves. Okay with that. And it did move.
How much?
None. Good enough. All right, so we'll just start doing our cross bolt torque pattern. Actually, I'll get those tight. It's not as bad as the last one. I had the AMD quick throw, and it was it was quite hard than that.
That's torquing already. You heard that click. Keep going. There you are.
So when you hear the clicks, that means that
Yeah, so basically the little internal clutch mechanism is going to actually be activating inside there. So when you're hearing that ratcheting click, that would be, that that you're at torque. Whereas here we have an all-in-one torque limiter, which we could easily use on this as well as it goes to 25 inch-pounds. This works more like a beam torque, in which case there's a line that's set right here, and you would rotate until this line hits the corresponding number that you want inside. So this will do 15 inch-pounds to 65 inch-pounds. And like I said, it's a little bit more versatile. So if you wanted that 60 inch-pound, say we're changing the barrel on a SIG MCX rifle, that's a 60 inch-pound, you would turn so that this line right here is in between that 55 and 65. It's close enough. If you want to be that much more specific, we do offer 4 inch-pounds to 80 inch-pounds when it comes to torque limiters.
It's a lot.
So there's a lot of variety to choose from.
And you have a lot of SKUs. I was looking through the spreadsheet going, damn, they make a lot of specific stuff. And you guys are doing a lot of specific stuff for some companies, for certain weapon platforms.
Right, so I mean, we are part of the SDMR contract for H&K, which is their M110A1 or the 417, the 308 version of that rifle. We're part of the Barrett SOCOM contract for the ASR, the Advanced Sniper Rifle, on the Mark 22. That does have a custom kit that's done for them because of the barrel torque specs for that. They require such a high value, being that there's only 2 screws that hold that barrel in. So
yeah.
And there's a lot of other companies though that we are working with, starting partnerships with, major names in the industry.
That's awesome. And being on SOCOM contracts is like a notch in the bedpost.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
We're part of a standard. So
Yes.
that's awesome. And congratulations to the company for having that opportunity.
Thank you. Make it pretty good.
I'm just looking at the dot where the 1 power is, and it looks like it's on slower. I mean, I'm not slam cheek well, it's a little higher, but I mean, again,
Squirrels are moving fast. You want to be able to have rapid. It's almost like a trap and skeet gun. You want to get your face up on it quickly.
so for $130 LPVO, it's trash. It's gonna get the job done. Right now at 1 power, you can see all of the inside of the tube. But I mean, that's for 1 power. Nope, at full power, you can still see all of the tube. But there's not too much shadowing, so. This will get the job done. This will, hi camera. This will get the job done on squirrels. A little higher than I really want it to, but again, at some uncomfortable positions though, if you're shooting up and you can't, you're gonna want to have your chin up anyway, so shooting up at animals, this won't be horrible.
It'll get the job done.
Looks like something out of Call of Duty. I thought there's glass on car 98.
Lever action.
Yeah.
I have glass on my lever action.
I love lever guns. On a 45-second disco.
That's what I have. 1895 SPL, stainless guide gun.
Okay, Chris Pratt. Dinosaurs.
If I want to kill a T-Rex, I can.
That's true. Kill everything in North America. Extinct or not.
Go with Garrett Arms for the ammo. They have a 550 grain hard cast lead bullet that they say is rated for rhino and elephant.
Sick. Sick. So, in closing, we got 2 scopes mounted today. Your more budget scope from Primary Arms on a CZ 457 17 HMR squirrel gun, and then we mounted the loophole on an AR platform. So, hope this video helps anyone watching as to, what an unknown area. A lot of people are afraid to mount their own scopes. They don't know how. It's real simple. It's just more patience.
It's not scary, exactly that. It's just some patience. Have some tools that are not terribly expensive. Basic levels, a toolkit that'll work for just about anything with that. And I mean, we did this literally in about half hour, 45 minutes for 2. And your average home shooter should be able to do it within a half an hour for 1 scope.
Yeah.
And everything.
And I mean, we kind of boned ourselves with these split rings and having to level a setup on the table to get it to close enough. But again, this is a close working gun. But man, Fixit Sticks makes something for everything. Tons of different options, tons of different kits. I mean, that all-in-one kit is pretty rad.
Yeah, well, so this one is our Works kit, once
Works
again.
kit.
So from the Works, we have an all-in-one, which actually is basic and utilizes this.
Okay.
Very affordable for everybody. It's one of our most popular. Our Deluxe kit, which is a 4 limiter, which is more geared towards optics mounting. However, it works as any kind of a basic toolkit. It's basically a pared down version of the Works kit that we have here. And then we have AR-15 specific kits for AR-10, AR-15 platform. We have a 3-gun kit, which also includes punches and everything. We just came out with our brand new assortment of brass punches and a brass armorer's hammer to go into the end of one of our handles there. Some of the more advanced kits also come with a ratcheting takedown, and we also just released a compact pistol kit for anybody that's running pistol-mounted optics, Glock MOS systems, SIGs, whatever be it. So that'll work perfect for any maintenance.
And you mentioned to me the other day that the punch kit has pressed-in steel inserts, so they're magnetic.
Yes, so all of our handles all have a positive fit and click because they're magnetized. So even on our brass pieces, there is a magnetic steel insert that will help that lock in, so you're not just gonna have punches falling out on you while you're working.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, I mean, for the price, this kit MSRP's for
$280.
$280. I don't know if you guys really spend a lot of time buying tools, but tools are freaking expensive. And having good tools. And having a kit that has a lot of the things that you would normally buy a much larger variant of and have on a tool bench, you can now get in a compact kit and take it everywhere with you. I mean, this kit's tiny. This will fit anywhere in a backpack, a gun bag, leave it in your truck.
We're MOLLE mounted over here. And then one last thing is also on the outside, when you are working on a weapon, if something goes down in the field, it includes a Velcro patch that's magnetic so that you won't lose screws and pieces while you're working with it.
That is so cool. Oh man, this is like a feature alone that I just got super excited over. Yeah, it's like, oh, I just took that screw out.
Yeah,
cool. Or if you want to put it under a rifle that you're working on, you might drop something.
Yeah, just peel it right off, set it down on whatever you're working with.
So it's a complete removable magnetic panel. Oh, that's rad. What a neat little idea.
And there's much more to come.
Cool. Well, Josh, thank you so much for stopping by our shop today.
My pleasure.
Coming by and helping me mount a couple scopes because I hate doing it alone.
That's what I'm here for. I've mounted quite a few, so.
Yeah, I usually have a 6-pack and like every time I struggle, I'm like, all right, beer, help me through this.
0 o'clock.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
I think you mounted it well.
I think we're Gucci. And squirrel season opened up today in New Hampshire.
I have tag suit. My tag's not even touched.
Awesome.